Hey, this is Juby at the installation center, and I had someone ask about installing the stiffeners in here and how I did it. Um, these are the stiffeners. I take them, sandblast, decide where I'm going to weld, front and back. I use a Pro spot welder, so it's really not going to do you no good unless you have a spot welder. They make a little handheld that you can use. But I'll show you basically how I do it. I don't have none of the two-part adhesive that goes on here. It's a 3M panel bonding two-part adhesive. It actually goes in one of these. I'll post what kind it is in the description so that you can get it. But I clean this, and I'm going to clean here. Let me find my. You'll need some clamps. I use 2 of these and 2 of these. So I take my part, and you can clean it with this, and I take some 36 grit. I have one that flew off and it was brand new, kind of sucks, so I usually save them and I use them with my hand and scuff stuff up. But for this, I'm just going to hit it with the air. You can do the same, just scuff the top up, and I usually paint it, so that it don't rust. I'm not going to paint it because I'm going to be handling it, and I don't have the adhesive right now, so I can't really put it together, but I'm going to show you what to do. I'm going to move the camera over here. Right here, I get a Scotch-Brite pad. My gloves, they get ate up. I get the Scotch-Brite pad. Let's see if I can get this over here a little bit better. And I clean this area where it's going to be. You can basically lay it up there like this and get a scribe and basically just mark here. That way you know basically where it's going to go. So I clean it out. Some of y'all at home that don't have a spot welder will probably be drilling this area. So like I say, you can scribe it out and drill you 3 or 4 holes. I usually put I put one spot weld, one here, and then one up in the corner. But now I take my part and I put it on the inside. Can't really show you, but I get in to the trunk and I take my scribe and I'm going to scribe around it. That way I know where to sand on the inside. Now that I have it scribed in there, I'm going to take my grinder with the 36. Like I say, you can use one on your hand and do the same thing. My light for in here. I'm going to get in here and I'm going to grind it. Now that I have it grinded, I'm going to get my paint. This is the kind we use. We use the weld through on weld through parts when we do the spot welding. So, Devin, can you hand me a can of the weld through primer? We use this. We use the weld through when we do the spot welding. You don't have to use it if you're going to be plug welding. You can just use regular paint. But everything that we do, like right here where I'm gonna do my spot welds, I'll repaint it with this. That way that it don't rust when the customer, before the customer comes and picks his car up, or he might come pick the body up and it might sit in his shop for another 4 or 5 months. So we don't want it to rust on them. So we make sure we cover everything. But this is the weld through primer. And it'll get sprayed right here. You'll spray it, and I spray the black on this part just to keep it from rusting. I apply my epoxy, and once I get my epoxy on it, I stick it up in there. I line this up with this. Pull it over tight to it, and then I take these clamps and I clamp it. Make sure it's up against it. Right now I'm on my gutter. Alright. I clamp them. I've got that epoxy. When I put the epoxy on here, I put it about an inch away from the edge around, and I make it pretty thick because it hangs a good ways down. Then I take these bigger clamps and I come in and I go on one side. You don't want to clamp too hard because you don't want to dent your panel. It's going to push it in a little bit. Then I come in on the opposite side of this ridge. I put one on this side of the ridge, and I put one on this side of it. I just fill in there, get it there, and I clamp it down. I let it sit overnight and dry, and then I come back tomorrow and I'll pull these off and I'll spot weld these spots. And that's basically it. That's Devin again.
Third time's a charm.
That's basically how we do it here. I hope everybody has a great night, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll post a link or the description of the 2-part epoxy primer that we put in here. All of them got thrown away and we don't have none, so I'm waiting on it. That's why I couldn't do it. But I figured I'd just go ahead and make this video since somebody asked. I'll see y'all. Love you. Bye.